Ladies and gentlemen, I am the American SpyFox. This is a historic day. If you read the title, this is not clickbait. I have an Associated Press article to share with you. A 90s icon is finally getting justice. I'm going to share with you an article that was just released about an hour and a half ago or so by the Associated Press. Someone has been arrested in connection with Tupac Shakur's murder. It's been 30 years. This should give every Cobain fan out there who believes Cobain never got justice some hope. Things can change. Things do change. You just have to be persistent about it. And you're never going to guess what actually reinvigorated this case and caused this guy to be arrested. We'll go over it in the article. The Associated Press. Last living suspect in 96 drive-by shooting of Tupac Shakur indicted in Las Vegas on murder. This was just updated about an hour and a half ago, September 29, 2023. A man who prosecutors say ordered the the 96 killing of Tupac Shakur was arrested and charged with murder Friday in a long-awaited breakthrough in one of hip-hop's most enduring mysteries. Duane Keffe D. Davis. So Duane Davis has long been known to investigators as one of 4 suspects identified early in the investigation. So they identified this guy back in the 90s. He isn't the accused gunman, but was described as the group's ringleader by authorities Friday at a news conference. Duane Davis was the shotcaller. So this was a gang. He was the shotcaller for this group of individuals that committed this crime, said police homicide lieutenant Jason Johansson, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out. Davis himself has admitted in interviews and in his 2019 tell-all memoir, Compton Street Legend, that he provided the gun used in the drive-by shooting. You're telling me that this guy has admitted to this and he's just now being arrested? Authorities said Friday that Davis's own public comments revived the investigation. Yes, I had been studying the Tupac case. I'd been watching different documentaries, and I thought that I came across a couple different people that said, yeah, we know who did it, or we were a part of it. It's like, what are you doing? The internet is real. What you say on the internet is there forever, right? You have to watch what you say. You can't go admitting to crap in a podcast and assume that the cops will never pay attention to it. So the guy actually tells on himself, right? Because he's so eager for whatever kind of infamy he can gain. And it's crazy to me that so many people want recognized online and they want people to listen to them. And he was so much craving attention that he told on himself. What does Courtney Love do? What do I report on all the time in my videos? Courtney Love going on podcasts, contradicting herself, telling different stories about the week Kurt Cobain was missing, completely lying. So I feel that my time is not wasted reporting on all these new interviews Courtney does and how they don't add up to what she said in the 90s, because this case has given me hope that if I keep doing what I think is right, and the Facebook groups and everybody, all of you, keep doing what you think is right, perhaps Cobain will end up getting justice too, and the rest of the world will see this wasn't just some crazy conspiracy. There are facts behind this, and this guy, including Tom Grant, has documented them. They're laid out for you, right? So let's get back to the Tupac thing. Davis, now 60, was arrested early Friday while on a walk near his home on the outskirts of Las Vegas. That's where the murder occurred, Las Vegas. Hours before prosecutors announced in court that a Nevada grand jury had indicted the self-described gangster on one count of murder with a deadly weapon. He is due in court. I wouldn't be surprised if that is changed to conspiracy to murder, which is basically the same as murder. It holds the same amount of time in most states. The grand jury also voted to add a sentencing enhancement to the murder charge for gang activity that could add up to 20 additional years if he's convicted, and the idiots already went on podcasts and admitted to it. Wow. Personally, let this be a lesson. Like, if you got away with something in your life and you don't want anybody to know, don't go on a podcast. It's crazy to me how many people want to be noticed online, how they need that online recognition to the point that they will admit things that could potentially put them away for life. They'll admit it in a podcast because it's so intriguing and it's this huge mystery, and I want to be a part of it and I want to be known. He doesn't want to be famous. He wants to be infamous. And I got to tell you, I was never a huge rap fan. In the early 90s, hip hop was really finding its voice. It was really finding its character. It was coming into being. I did like NWA. I did like Tupac. I did like Wu-Tang and Snoop Dogg. Can't forget Snoop Dogg. But who doesn't like Snoop Dogg? He is one of the most likable characters. Just his personality, right? After that, I was kind of like, it went a weird direction. But in the early 90s, mid 90s, even late 90s, I gotta say, there were occasionally, usually when there was marijuana involved, it was kind of fun to listen to rap beats. It was kind of fun to listen to rap music, right? But let's forget about the music. This is a human being. A human being was murdered in front of dozens of people, and the police did nothing for 30 years. There's still a lot of questions. This is a case, I would love to make a video out of this case for you guys. I know my subscribers are rockers, but there's so many people involved in this, and people who will never see a courtroom who desperately need to. Just like the Cobain case. I thought Tupac would be a very interesting case study to add to our channel, and I've always wondered if Compton PD was behind it. Maybe that's why they never it was very obvious who was involved in his murder, but they haven't been arrested until now. Doesn't that make you wonder, well, why? He was one of the original suspects. It said right in that article, he's one of the original suspects. So why wasn't he arrested all the way back then? Well, maybe because they were protecting people above him. Maybe this gang was actually taking orders from Compton PD, Las Vegas PD, LA, some corrupt LA police officers. Oh yeah, Tom Grant's told me all about corrupt LA police officers. You better believe it. Maybe those people have passed on or they've retired. Or perhaps, could it have been the fact that this dummy went on a podcast and admitted to it? They no longer care, so now it's okay to arrest the suspect. It's like, come on, man. Justice for Tupac. Even if you're not a rap fan, go back and watch some of Tupac's interviews. He was a very, very smart person, and you could tell that underneath all the bravado and all the gangster shit, he was truly an intelligent person who really thought about life and human relationships and rights and wrongs, like he was a very deep thinker. He had published a book of poetry at the age of 19 before he ever even became a rapper. He had a book of poetry published, The Rose That Grew from Concrete. Check out that poem. I'm telling you, even if you don't like rap, Tupac deserves justice, and it looks like he's finally, possibly, maybe going to get it. Probably not everybody who was involved is going to get thrown under the bus. Not complete justice, but maybe a little justice. And this gives me hope for the Kurt Cobain case. That, all these years later, finally justice for Tupac. Can we get some justice for Cobain?